What is the overtime pay rate for hourly workers? In recent news, many workers are asking about overtime pay rates as discussions around labor laws heat up. With changes in state regulations and ongoing debates in Congress, understanding your rights is more important than ever. So, what exactly is the overtime pay rate for hourly workers? Let's break it down. Under the Federal Fair Labor Standards Act, the standard overtime pay rate for hourly workers is 1.5 times their regular rate of pay. This applies to any hours worked over 40 in a work week. For example, if an hourly worker earns $20 per hour, their overtime pay rate would be $30 per hour for any hours worked beyond 40 in that week. The regular rate of pay includes not just the hourly wage but also most forms of compensation. This can include bonuses and certain non-cash payments, which are factored into calculating the overtime premium. The Fair Labor Standards Act defines hours worked broadly, including all the time an employee is required to be on duty or at a prescribed workplace. However, it is important to note that some employees may be exempt from overtime pay requirements. This can include certain companionship services or live-in domestic service employees, but these exemptions are narrowly defined. In addition to federal law, state laws may impose different or additional overtime requirements. Some states have their own minimum wage and overtime rules that can provide greater benefits to workers. Employers must comply with whichever standard is more favorable to the employee. Recent updates to state labor laws effective July 1, 2025, include changes to minimum wages in several states. However, the federal overtime pay rate remains based on the 1.5 times regular rate standard under the Fair Labor Standards Act. To sum it up, the federal overtime pay rate is 1.5 times the employee's regular hourly rate for hours worked over 40 in a work week. The regular rate includes base pay plus most additional compensation. Certain categories of employees may be exempt from overtime pay. State laws may provide different or enhanced overtime protections. Employers must comply with the law that offers the greater benefit to the worker. Understanding these regulations ensures that hourly workers receive fair compensation for extended work hours beyond the standard 40-hour workweek.